Well, I guess since my phone refuses to work, I can tweet out that we're going live.
I can
I've
tweet out.
never been more disappointed in my iPhone. If I have to now, I just updated this stupid Mac. If I gotta update it again to make this camera work with this thing, oh, oh my gosh. I work with this thing.
Oh, there we go. Share.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Twitter.
By the way, to the people who may see this on Facebook, I figured out what the problem was with the comments and why your comments would not show up on the screen. It has everything to do with me and nothing to do with you. So, to those who watch me on Facebook, feel free to pull up. You can leave your comments. I should be able to see them now. There's a setting I have to change internally when I schedule a broadcast versus when I just simply go live. So let me find this thing and we can get this show on the road, man, because we're like running almost 45 minutes behind. I'm very excited about running so late. I'm very happy with myself. Let me see, man. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Yada yada yada. I'm not doing the whole intro because I'm pissed. Welcome to another episode of It's a Black and White Thing with A1 and A-War. You can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to the podcast app of your choice, searching for Brains and Bars or It's a Black and White Thing. New episode drops today titled Road Warriors, talking about the reaction from the divisional weekend that just featured myself. You can also find us live on YouTube by searching Brains and Bars, whether you listen to the audio version or to the, I guess, audio visual version. Shout out Mama Ward in the building. Good evening. Hope you're having a good day. You can do both. Again, searching Brains and Bars. Please rate, review, subscribe, hit notification bell, share. If you don't do anything, share the podcast.
Please do.
I want you to subscribe. I want you to comment. I want you to rate, review, whether it's a podcast, YouTube. But please share with as many people as possible so they can be in tune with what's going on with the show. So, as you can see, I got my guy in the building. A Ward, what's going on with you, man?
Out here, man. It's been a good week. Good week. We got a good weekend of events coming up. We had a good weekend last weekend of events. It's warm. It's getting a little warmer in Kansas City, which has been very exciting. And by warmer, I mean like 37 degrees and not 2. So that's always nice. I'm downstairs in it's a black and white man cave. There's a bar within a bar, so that, everybody knows the man cave. It's a black and white thing, but no, man, it's good. It's good, man. I'm starting to get feeling a little bit better. I got a tooth pulled on Monday, so I was on an applesauce and mashed potato diet, for a couple of days there, but feeling better and getting ready for some good football and writing for some good battles, man. So, but I'm good, man. I'm doing a lot better with my Android. My Android's actually a really good phone. It operates, very well. It does what I ask it to do, and it doesn't cause me any stress. So,
this is a family-friendly show. So I'm not. I have things I want to say that I'm not going to say.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Shout out to my dad in the building. Good evening, sir. All right, so let's get into this, man. Let's start. We're going to start with this past weekend. Shout out to J That Guy, Style, and the good people from the platform had their debut event this past weekend called We're Here. Yourself, and Gwitty were the main event. You also had J That Guy, league owner, taking on T-Top, Rasha versus J Love, Bad News versus Dot. Those were kind of like the main card. And then you had, T.A. Rev, some Kansas City names that we are used to that others may not know. T.A. Rev, 58 names. Forgive me, those are the two that I don't have the flyer memorized, but
CJ Moody, aka from DNA, Casey tagged up, Johnny Ice performed. We had
this Johnny Ice from Milwaukee?
Mm-hmm. No, Johnny Ice from Baltimore. You've seen him plenty
Baltimore.
of
My fault.
times.
My fault. My fault. Yeah.
Yep, he battled. He had
Yeah.
a 1-rounder against, I believe, a guy from St. Louis that I wasn't familiar with. I think his name is Demo, like demonstration, almost demo, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, it was a good undercard. Yogi and your boy Peanut from Bags and Bodies both had battles. And yeah, I mean, we ended out the night, on a great note. I thought, with those 4 mentioned battles that you mentioned with Marasha, J Love, Dot Bad News, J That Got T Top, and myself and Gwitty, all being a really, really solid 4 battles.
For sure. Yeah, so I guess so my dad says he's been trying to tell me about Android. Man, listen, bro, we're not about to do this tonight. We're not doing this tonight. I'm gonna get whatever situations ironed out. You let me worry about what's going on with me and the iPhone. We're gonna get it worked out. It's probably user error anyway, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I guess your overall
background. Okay, keep going. What was you?
So your overall thoughts on the event, like how do you feel like it went?
Man, I thought it went really well. Especially for a first event. Shout out to the platform, in talking to Jay really wants to do things the right way. He wants to bring, some eyes on Kansas City. They want to they spent the money to make the event, appealing and brought in the names for the people, that do follow battle rap in Kansas City to want to see perform. I thought it was a great mixture of Kansas City talent with undercards. I thought it was a great mixture of 1-round battles and 3-round battles. And I thought it was really cool just how he kind of set it all up, with myself and him, residing here and battling guys like T-Top and Gwitty. And then even the battle from the Dot and Bad News standpoint, being 2 guys that are not even from here, but a really cool matchup for, the town to kind of get behind and, who you going for, you pick a guy, so I thought it was really good. Ruin Your Day is always, they are just upper echelon, when it comes to professional and just putting on a great production. So shout out to Avocado and Clayton. It's also cool for Clayton, he's from the area, from Kansas City, for him to get to come back and shoot battle rap in his, where he grew up. I think that's really dope of him. Venue was cool, I thought the venue was cool. They had another room with, refreshments and stuff. It wasn't an area. It wasn't a situation at the venue where I thought like, oh man, it's hot in here, where people, all crammed in or anything like that, So there's just so many things in battle rap that I think, I don't know who's talking crazy right now, but there's so many things in battle rap. Don't even put that up. Don't even put that up. Don't even put that up. You're not entertaining no foolishness. But for a long-winded answer, there's so many things that can happen for a battle event, and I thought for their first event that that the platform did an incredible job of putting on the first event.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. I like the venue. It wasn't that far from the crib for me, so I definitely appreciate that. Nice vibe to it. I will say this, I would love to see things move a little bit more quickly for the next one, but I get it. It's the first time. It's a
10
lot.
Battles, it was 10 battles. So I thought for it being 10
this is
battles,
true. This is true,
moved,
but
maybe next time, keep it at 6 or 7, but yeah.
There was some intermissions there that I'm like, I don't know what's happening, guys.
Yeah.
Are we getting a smoke break after every battle? I don't know what's happening. So I think that's probably the one critique I have. Like I said, I think it was a good event. It was good to see. This is my first time ever seeing Marasha live. I thought that she did well versus J Love. The crowd actually was super hyped to see her. I'm like, at certain points, I'm like, y'all gotta let her rap though.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the reason why she struggled with her material is because she wanted to rap, and she just
they kept interrupting her.
Kept getting stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if she does have another battle, I hope that the crowd, I get it. Y'all want to show love. Y'all love her. She's the first lady of KC battle rap. And yeah, let her get through her material because she has some dope stuff. But The crowd was just really going crazy. But yeah, I think it was like I said, a good event, man. If you haven't if you didn't get a chance to see it, please cop the VOD. It's on rapgrid.com.
Yes.
It should be one of the first banners when you get on the site. You got Ruin Your Day who shot it, so you know that the visuals are going to look crispy. They're going to look good.
Definitely.
Support That guy. Support the platform. Get it. I think it's $25, and you're getting, like you said, 10 battles. I think it's 6 1-rounders, 4 3-round battles. So
4 1-rounders, 6 3-round, I think.
Oh, 6 3-round. My fault. I got it backwards. So excuse me. Shout out to this comment. Gwitty's leather pants made the night snatched.
Facts. Actually.
But yeah, so support, man. Go to rapgrid.com, get the VOD. So let's go to your battle in particular. How do you feel that your battle versus Gwitty went?
I mean, I thought it went fine. It was in my favor. There was never a feeling of like in preparation for Gwitty that I was ever going to lose that battle. I'm kind of with you. Like, the only critique I had was, we were kind of like moving like for those last few battles, and there was a good energy in the room. You got Dot Bad News had probably the best battle of the night, maybe. You got T-Top J, that guy, maybe there, or a really, really good battle. And then you get me and Gwitty coming up, and there was an energy, and for them to stop that and to throw the Yo Bull Peanut and was it CJ Moody?
Yeah, I think so.
For them to throw that 1-rounder in before me and Gwitty, and for that 1-rounder to not be very good, I think it was like Yo Bull was just choking and just not good at all. And CJ Moody was, he did his thing, but it just wasn't on the level in which we were having battles, and it kind of sucked a little bit of the wind out of the energy of the room, right before me and Gwitty are able to go up. Now, mind you, I have the ability to go in and be a showman and carry that and engage the crowd and do that kind of stuff, but Gwitty doesn't, and he didn't. And I think that, for the battle itself, if it did lack some energy or lack some reaction, some of that could be because of that battle they threw right before. But, like I said, I won all 3 rounds. We had a good time. We entertained Kansas City. It's great to be battling in Kansas City. And, Gwitty, he came and he rapped. That's what he gets paid to do. I was a little bit disappointed in his performance. I thought he would be a little bit better. I still thought I was going to win clearly regardless, but thought he would be a little bit better, a little more entertaining, a little more energy. But that wasn't the case. And so when that happens, you lose. And shout out to him for pulling up and trying to put on for KC, but just another kill.
All right. Yeah, that's what's up. So let's look ahead a little bit, because you got a couple of events coming up.
Too many.
Is you and Bonnie, is that the next one?
Oh no, there's way too many before her.
Or is it 100 Bullets?
100 Bullets is the next one. Super Bowl weekend in Ottawa, Ontario. The National Arts Center of Ottawa decided that they wanted to add battle rap to their hip hop festival that they do. They do a 2-week festival. And so when they wanted to add battle rap, they reached out to Sharon. Shout out to yes, Mom, that is very, very true. Shout out to Sharon. They reached out to Sharon, and he put together a small card that's going to include myself and 100 Bullets. If you follow battle rap, 100 Bullets is my guy. He's part of YTG, Yellow Tape Gang. Myself, Bullets, Bonnie, Mickey, Nestle, Born, Saint. So we're going to go out there. We're going to put on for the National Arts Center. I'm going to go crazy. Don't ask me, am I going to go easy on him because he's my friend? Because if you watch the me and Nestle battle, you'll know that I don't go in there and just rap and do friendly battles or whatever. So the same is going to happen with Bullets. The same is going to happen with Bonnie. So we got the Bullets battle. Then we got the 2-on-2, myself and Loso against Mac and Clean Paper. It's a 1-round battle. It's in Pontiac. So, Ill Will and Mac Myron from Pontiac is in Pontiac. We're going in their backyard, and we're doing that battle. And then after that, we have the Bonnie Godiva battle. And then after that, we'll have another battle that should be being announced this weekend. That's an exciting battle for me, too. So, just staying busy. and you know, writing and getting everything locked in right now.
All right, cool. Let me ask you this question because I am curious your answer to this. Um, where do you think the co- what's your take on the state of the culture as it stands today?
The state of the battle rap culture as it stands today.
Yes.
I think it's a little dormant. When I say dormant, I don't mean content wise. There's a lot of content, but I think that there's not that much excitement. And I think it's because we're pushing out content and there's not enough leagues that are building up storylines and big battles and different things because for the last few years, it's just been content, content, content. And now a lot of battle rappers, myself included, have gotten used to battling so much that, you know, a Tay Rock battle is now just another Tay Rock battle, you know? And so I definitely think that we need to get back to and we need to take advantage of the few storylines that are there. I think, you know, a Big K and Goods battle needs to be booked. The Hitman and Mook battle needs to be booked. You know, Briz Rothstein needs to be brought back. There needs to be, you know, whatever we can do, you know, whatever those storylines are. Even if that means A Ward battling on URL, or if that means King of the Dot deciding that, you know, the chain is now, you know, available for a small tournament, or King of the Dot just saying, hey, Ilmac, real sick, you guys want to battle for the King of the Dot chain, you know, anything like that, some kind of like, you know, narrative or storyline to some of these battles, because we're just so content driven. We're pushing everything out. Now, mind you, some of us that are consistent, it's not a bad thing because you consistently get to see your favorite battle rapper rap, you know, every month. But I just think that it's lacking that, man, I can't wait till Summer Madness. Oh, I wonder who's battling on Max Out. Oh, World Domination's coming up. Oh, it would be crazy to see. We're kind of lacking that because there's just so many app battles, one-offs, things like that, you know? So maybe dormant's not the right word, but just like, because dormant really means like sleep and not awake, but like, I don't know. It's just lacking some excitement.
Stagnant.
Maybe stagnant. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's.
So I'm gonna hit on this topic that you mentioned. I've now seen the two interviews where you have mentioned where you said, "Yo, URL, like I'm ready. Let's make it happen." Is this an official olive branch, or is this just like what's going on with you official? Like I said, in the last couple of months, right? Two
Oh, my
interviews,
own
and you
best friend
said,
asking me this damn question.
"Hey." You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
All right.
I'm pretty
Good
sure.
gentlemen.
I'm pretty sure people are wondering though.
You know, I haven't spoke with them, so it's not like I've personally reached out to them, or they've personally reached out to me. You know, I haven't spoke with anybody associated with URL since I spoke with Beasley the day after I battled Averb, and that was just personally, and that was just a congratulations. You guys are doing great. He congratulated me. I spoke with many battle rappers on URL that say, "Hey, I want to battle you over there. I'll talk to him and I'll get it done," and that hasn't happened. I've spoke with many media, and I've just, you know, people will say like, it seems like you've changed your mind. I've not changed my mind at all. You know, I'm just talking more about the what I would love to do rather than the why I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, yeah, you know, I mean, I basically told them, you know, to the media, and I've put it out publicly. It was said, hey, you know, I'd love to battle over there. You guys have known I've always would love to battle over there. You know, if we can figure something out where there's a 3 battle contract, or there's, you know, something within a year's time or something like that, or we can come over there and just do a one-off or whatever, like, I'm down. You know, I'll put aside everything else I'm working on to make sure that happens. I don't like the olive branch idea is kind of like an idea that there needs to be some reconciliation. And I don't know that anything needs to be reconciled other than we've just never met terms.
So let me clarify what I meant. What I meant there was a strategic move, right? Not necessarily an olive branch, right? So more of a chess play, right? To say, okay, I'm gonna, you know,
yeah, put
rook
the ball
to C,
the ball
yeah, pawn to C7,
yeah,
right? Because it doesn't necessarily put the ball in their court because they're not obligated to do anything
at all.
but it does put that conversation back into the culture's consciousness, whereas before it's kind of gone away, right? Because you performed on King of the Dot, you've been on iBattle, you've been on RBE, right? I think you have two, in my opinion, and granted I'm a little biased, but I feel like you have at least two top 10 Battle of the Year nominees on two of the major, platforms within the culture. Right. And so to me, it's not necessarily a, hey, what's going on behind the scenes? Are you guys talking where do things stand? But more of a, is this just, like I said, is this more of a chess move from you than necessarily an olive branch? Right?
He can get smoked too. Like it doesn't matter. whoever it needs to be, at the end of the day, like it's yes and no. You know what I mean? I'm very I'm okay with continuing this year exactly the same way I've done all the rest of the years. But yeah, I mean, like I still get comments all the time. When are we going to? When are we going to see you there? And I'm not just going to just like put them in the rear view and say I'm never going to think about battling there or anything like that. I'll still make it a public remark that I would love to battle on URL. Like I would love to battle there. That's there's nothing wrong with me saying that. I just don't know. I don't know where they're at with what they're doing. And when I was talking about battle rap being stagnant, like I don't know what their vision is right now. I don't. Right. Of course, URL doesn't need me. They don't need me. Some fans might say they do need some excitement. Like they do need to bring something like crazy over, make a move or whatever. Some fans might say that, but at the end of the day, that's a well-oiled machine that's going to operate on its own with or without a Ward. But I do think that it would be a good move. I do think that it would be a good move. I think you would see that if you announced the A Ward versus Tay Rock or A Ward versus New Jersey Twerk on a caffeine pay-per-view, here in the next few months or whatever, there would be a lot of talk. There would be a lot of coverage. There would be a lot of excitement. You know what I mean? Some things that have been kind of lacking with some of the past events.
So with that in mind, when talking about this stagnancy within the culture and not just URL, right? Because we are at the end of January, and I don't know of any announcements from RBE, King of the Dot, URL. Shout out to iBattle,
Riot,
Chrome, Riot. Like shout out to iBattle. They got an event coming up.
Yes.
Gates of the Gardens got something coming up this weekend. Shout out to Bar Wars out of Michigan. They had a dope event. I believe they just dropped Shay Rack versus Lady Caution.
Oh, was that the same event as C-Bree and I thought it was C-Bree and somebody, but anyway, yeah.
Maybe it might have been C-Bree and Caution. I might have got that confused. I think it was C-Bree. Right. So that's not the same event. Right. So there have been leagues that have name recognition that that a drop event, salute to them, or to have events coming. But let's be fair, right? People are waiting for URL first, right? People are waiting for them to announce something, even if it is just an app-only event. They're waiting for a drop from them that hasn't happened. Like I said, RBE, there's nothing. King of the Dot, nothing. Chrome, nothing, right? And so I want to ask you this question. I know some of the YouTube era MCs have talked about, man, the culture's not the same. It's not what we came up on in terms of, I guess, maybe the discourse that happens within the culture, some of the drama that happens within the culture. It has gotten to be a little bit more heightened, right? The things that aren't battle rap related. And so do you think that if, let's just say, URL, RBE, KOTD, I'll throw Chrome in there for the sake of argument. Let's just say they throw 3 to 4 events a piece from February through the end of the year, right? And they're spread out evenly. You don't have competing leagues dropping events at the same time. Do you think something like that would allow the culture to get back to the focus being on not necessarily the drama and all the foolishness and the craziness that goes around it, and focus more on the battles and the bars itself?
Well, that yes and no. That would be refreshing. That would be exciting to be able to consistently follow leagues, because really, I mean, I would say that I don't know offhand how many events RBE did last year. maybe I'm talking main main events, maybe 3.
So they did what? 2? They did max out
The one
3.
where I battled Big K, then the one where Rosenberg battled Clips, and then max out with me and Verb.
What did I thought one of the first Blue Room Jones with Ill Will? Because no, were
That
you
was
on
the
the
year
one?
before. That was the year before because I had to miss it because it was sick. Right, I was supposed to
Okay.
battle Big K.
So Ill Will. No, wait. Ill Will and Hollow. Was that you? Did
That
you
was me
take
and
place on
Big
that
K.
card? Okay.
That was me
Okay.
and Big
Okay.
K, right?
And then you had the Joan with King Los and Will.
And that was Rosenberg Clips.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then you had mine and Verbs, So I don't know if three main stage events a year is consistent enough to like really be followed. You know what I mean? And then you had King of the Dot who had 2, right? If I'm not mistaken, Stay Forever and
then a Blackout.
Blackout. But yes, so to answer your question, if you have competition, if you have 3 or 4 leagues that are putting on an event every 3 months, at least once every 3 months, that is like, oh, cool. That's more exciting, and that's a way to remedy that. However, it also depends on who you're booking, because if you're booking battlers that are messy and that just get personal and that just spend their whole time talking and doing all of the extracurricular stuff or whatever, you're still going to have that being a major focus, but that's a gift and a curse because you look at me and Verb, and I would say that like he was being ridiculously outrageous, like and what happened? It turned into an incredible face-off and an amazing battle. Sometimes it works out. A lot of times it doesn't. And people just get pissed off at each other. Then battles get canceled. Then you just go back and forth, and people hate leagues, and there's a lot of that extra stuff. So it's very difficult to navigate through that. I think what it is that like if you're consistent about putting together events and putting together battles and giving the fans something to watch battle rap wise, so that they don't have to jump in spaces or jump on media, then that's probably the best foot forward for that.
Okay. All right. So let's jump into Cody, right? It's Cody's season. Shout out to Jay Black, shout out to Champion. I actually filled out my survey this week. I'm always proud of myself. I didn't post it, but he always asks you have like a test, if you will, where you have to fill out, who said this bar, how many times did this person battle in 2023? And I feel very accomplished that I got 100% on that. I'm always very happy with that. So I filled out my survey. I have the person that I picked as Cody. I'm not going to share that right now at this moment. But I want you to make your case for Cody. Why do you think you should be champion of the year this year?
Why do I think I should be champion of the year this year? Let's say probably because I should have been it 3 times already, and this year you're not going to give it to Geechee Gotti, so you might as well give me the belt that I deserve from past. That's the number one reason. The number 2 reason is there's not anybody in battle rap that has performed as much as me at the highest level as what I've done and given you every aspect of what Cody is: strength of schedule, moments, impact, consistency, material, performance. Like there's nobody that has done as much consistently as me. Now, if you're one of the people that says, oh, well, this person battled 4 times and they did that, they're cool. That's fine. You want to say that? But you're talking about somebody who battled 12 times, somebody who battled across all leagues in everybody else's backyard, put together the top 2 moments of the year, big stage and small room, put together 2 of probably the top 5 best battles of the year. Mind you, the best battle of the year on RB and probably the best battle of the year on King of the Dot, 2 of the main stages. Not to mention that probably top 5 performance of the year with me, my performance versus Vixen, which could also be a top 5 body of the year, which could also be, I mean, there's literally so many things you could look at. Now, if you're one of the guys that says, okay, well, but you lost this battle or you lost that battle. That's cool. Show me somebody who hasn't lost. Show me somebody that if you're looking at their schedule and you're saying they didn't take no L's. And if you are, then you're probably just a fan of them and you're calling their debatables, you're calling their losses debatable. And you want, so I just feel like, at that level of consistency on small stages, big stages, all around the world, in everybody's backyard, and then you take those 5 things and you're like, all right, moments, impact, strength of schedule. Strength of schedule to me is not always
Performance.
strength of schedule to me is not always who you're battling. It can be how often you're battling. That's difficult. That's a difficult schedule. Shout out to Marv One. He did 3 3-round battles in 8 days. He battled
That's
Saturday.
crazy.
He battled Emerson Kennedy like on a Wednesday, and then turned around and battled again on the next Sunday. Like that's whether you want to say, all right, he battled Mike Swift and then Emerson, whatever. That's difficult. So when you're looking at strength of schedule, to me, what some of us are able to do with me battling Verb, Clips, Frack, and Real Sick all within like 45 days, something like that. Like that's a difficult schedule against difficult opponents. So that would be my argument for champion of the year, is that I meet every single requirement, all of those requirements. And then when you go look at any top list of moments of the year, bars of the year, bodies of the year, performance of the year, and battles of the year, they all have me in them. So whoever you're putting above me, make sure they're all side by side with me.
All right. So take yourself out of the equation. If you had to be on the panel and let's just say you fill out a survey at the end, you can't choose a award. Who do you think would be Cody if you're not on the ballot?
The only reason that's tough for me is because I just haven't looked over the entire landscape of what everyone's done. I can only go off of the feel of somebody who's a part of the culture, right? So, like, I might say a name, and then you might be like, well, Ward, he's only got this many battles, and he, what about such and such? And I might be like, dang, I'm only going off the feel of it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like New Jersey Twerk, Big K, and Chef Trez, to me, are the 3 that have stood out this year for, they all touch on those same points. Shout out to Elvis. They all touch on those same points of what I just touched on. They have battles of the year, they have moments, they have impact, they have performance. They're not out there choking in battles. They're not out there, taking battles off. And so I had Big K in the clear lead leading up into the last quarter, but we all know, prisoner of the moment, the last quarter means more than the first quarter in battle, right? When they're taking these things in. I know it shouldn't be like that, but his performance against Jazz, I would say that the consensus is it was an underwhelming battle, and an underwhelming performance. However, he won the battle. I think I had him winning. I think I had him edging the battle. So I don't know. Somebody might be able to jump in there and steal it. Twerk had a good last few months. So,
I mean, Twerk ended his year against Mook in New York, homecoming. That battle is I've seen more than a few top 10 battles of the year. For some people, top 5.
Yeah, I just hate. I said this on PSA on 3 Letterman, and I'll reiterate it again. Like, picking Cody is like trying to solve a math problem that doesn't have an answer. It just doesn't. There's not an answer, right? So what you're basically doing is you're saying, I think this would be the best answer, even though there's not an answer to it, because that's what happens is we have this it's Mook. The year I battled Geechee, he battled Lux, I believe it was right before me. And it was like, yo, Geechee's already won champion of the year. He just battled Lux just because he got that battle. You know what I mean? Put him as champion of the year. All he had to do was just go, you know what I mean? And that's what we do with these names. And it's like, yo, my battle with Real Sick or my battle with Homeschool or whatever, like, was a better written, more difficult opponent in different situations, And so I'm not going to sit here and say that Twerk doesn't mean, because yes, he had a great battle versus Mook, and Mook was pretty good too, But that's what's tough about Cody, is that we already have these preconceived ideas of how difficult opponents are. And it's like, bro, straight up, I'd rather battle Mook. I'd rather battle Mook in New York than battle Frack in the Bay. I really would.
I got to sit with that comment. I respect to Frack. I think I'd rather face Frack in the Bay.
I would be more nervous to battle Mook. But as far as going in with written material, knowing what I'm able to do in that battle, like Frack is a character assassination. He does every bit of homework. He spends months, just breaking down his opponent. He has a witty way of, doing all of these different things about everything you've ever said and your religion and your, all of this stuff, And Mook is a good writer, but he's not. You don't have to, To me, like the nerves. Yeah, it's Murder Mook. It's in New York. The nerves, but as far as what is different.
So shout out to Mama Ward. She had a comment that should a female be in the running for Cody? I think that's always going to be hard because the men are going to have more opportunities. The men who are going to be in the running for this are going to have more opportunities to battle each other on these bigger platforms. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Hustle. I think those two women will be in the top 20. I don't think that they will make the top 10. Hey, what's the score? I was kind of keeping track of the LSU still winning.
I said that to say Angel Reese is not Dalton Connect or Zach Edey. She's not going to end up being the Naismith Player of the Year. All right. So the answer to Mama Ward's question is, I think the LSU's still up by about 6 or 7. So,
all right, okay. Yes, I just like I said, the opportunities are not going to be there. Jazz had an incredible.
I'm gonna keep going because I'll go the other end on it in a minute.
Yeah, Jazz had an incredibly tough year because she battled Rum Nitty, right? She battles Big K this year. Clips wasn't this year, was it? Was Clips this year?
Was it? I think it was.
Not yeah. So I mean, like in terms of name recognition, that's a big one. I mean, Hustle battles Rock this year or in 2023. She battles Arsenal to close out her year. And she had a really good year as well. So I definitely think those two will be top 20. But yeah, it's just not. They're going to have to, like Jazz or Hustle are going to have to make in 1 year battle like yourself, Twerk. Jazz also battled Twerk this year in 2023. You're going to have to battle like the top names in the culture and win and have impact and have moments and have consistency and have performance. And then you're going to have to do that against the women. Yeah. Because the demand is going to be there for women to want to battle as well. So go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is that, I do believe that women should be in the Cody runnings only because in the past we've put men in the Cody runnings that only have 4 battles. So if you want to talk about like quantity, all you need is 4 battles, and you have like females like Vixen, like Hustle, like Jazz, that are out here battling multiple times against top competition. So yeah, they should be in the running. Now it's just a matter of like, hey, are they going crazy? What's their, are their performances? You know what I mean? I think that Jazz has probably had maybe on paper the toughest strength of schedule of anybody this year. When you look at Jazz's battle Twerk, Jazz battled Rum Nitty, Jazz battled Loso, Jazz battled Clips, Jazz battled I think she had
Big K.
Big K. Yeah, you're looking at that and you're like, yo, Twerk, Nitty, Big K, maybe even Loso, like they're all going to probably be top 20 of the rankings. She didn't take a day off and go battle it. You know what I mean? So her strength of schedule is up there. So I'm not mad at them being in that. It's just like, hey, if Jazz went crazy, had quotables, had moments, won battles like high, you know what I mean? I think, battling like a Twerk on that card, the Rome card, it was kind of more of like a small room, different league. If she had these battles, maybe in some different situations or whatever, then it would have been more of a chance for her to be able to say like, hey, I'm champion of the year. Has she went crazy and smoked Big K, you might be looking at her like, dang, okay, had she had the best performance of the night and beat a Nitty. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to think. Any other battle rap questions before we talk about these games real quick from this past weekend? I think that's it. I think that's about it. Just want to get your thoughts on Cody. Good luck to all of the people who are in the running. I'm with you. Like I said, I think Chef Trez. I think Trez definitely started off hot. I feel like his year kind of slowed down in the middle. He does have the battle versus Swamp.
He wants to die. Apparently, he's calling me right now. He wants to die. We'll see. We'll let him know. I'll call you back. Clips 3-0.
That's a battle that needs to happen. There are a couple of
It just got
battles
announced
for
today.
you.
Oh, you talking about for me? Oh, you talking about? I thought you were talking about Fonz and
Oh, no,
Clips.
yeah, no. Yo, you versus Fonz. That battle has been close to happening. We need to get that battle. Some league make that battle happen. I know Anwar has reached out to you about Twerk. You and Holmesy, obviously that's a reschedule
Yep.
from J400 Blocks League.
Yep.
So there's definitely some dope battles for you that I hope get that happen in 2022. But yeah, man, I think that's about it from a battle rap standpoint. Y'all listen to what y'all think about anything we discussed today. Who's your Cody? Moments of the year, bars of the year.
State of battle rap.
The state of battle rap. I find that, to me, that is the one that is the most interesting because I
would say by now you've been pretty much like, consistently active in the battle rap, community for probably 4 or 5 years now. Would you say?
Nah, as long as you've been battling.
Oh,
so
okay. I was gonna say
once you said, "Hey, I'm battling for real," right? That started my. I've always been on the outskirts of it. So when something goes viral, Clips smoking T-Rex in that third round.
So now you at least got
versus
so much skin in the game. Like, pause if that's necessary. I don't know why it would. It's just a phrase. But like, you've been, so you can at least say, hey, of my 8 years of watching battle rap, this year seems to be, a little different than before or whatever, or last year did, Shout out to Jay, that guy, man.
Style. Yeah, man. Like I said, I do find it interesting that, like I said, outside of the few leagues that we talked about, right, that are known entities in the culture, I just find it interesting that the 3 largest have nothing. You've heard, there's not even a rumor, right? Nitty and Lux is supposed to happen at some point. Nitty said he's not battling until he gets Lux, which to me says either this battle's happening Summer Madness and URL has already given him a hefty front end, right? So that allows him to sit and not have to battle, not to count anybody's pockets. But Nitty's one of the more active battlers in the league, and not because I think he necessarily needs the money, but I think for the sport, right? Nitty's a competitor.
He is, yeah.
So for him to be sitting out until he gets Lux, God knows when that's going to happen. But URL has not even announced an app event. I know RBE has given us a couple of Full Circle Jones, but other than that, nothing from them. King of the Dot, nothing since Blackout, not even a hint of anything. And so Bullpen, I know Bullpen had the joint battle with Trenches in December, but again, just nothing, right? Again, you have the Trenches, you got iBattle, you got Gates of the Garden, Bar Wars. Shout out to QB Black Diamond. She just announced her first league.
Yep.
Our new league that she's starting with, an events coming up. UW is coming back, right? Rebranding. I think the league is the event is called the Rebirth. Yeah. Right. So it's happening in New Orleans. So shout out to them. Shout out to Arsenal bringing it back. I do agree with Mama Ward. iBattle needs more recognition. I said this last year when we talked about you battling Appa on that on the card at the end of the year. iBattle to me has made the ascension into the big leagues, right? Maybe you don't view them in the same light as those big 3 that I mentioned because they are, haven't been around as long, right? Or in the spotlight as long. But to me, if we could somehow grant them a $30 million budget, they're probably going to make a lot of these battles we want to see happen because that's what iBattle does. They put on battles, fun battles for the culture. The crowd is always great. And it's a good time. So shout out to Jay, that guy. We'll see what happens with the platform. He brought out a couple of recognizable names, gave some KC artists some shine with this event. Hopefully he'll be able to continue to put on some dope events and bring on some more. Because I do have to salute Jay in this, that he's been able to network and make these connections through Bags and Bodies, through his travels in the culture. And so it is pretty dope to see see Bad News. I put them 2 together somehow. Bad News, to see T-Top, right, live and in person. The homie Lowe's T-Top is outside of you. That's his guy, right? That's one of his favorite battlers. And so I'm pretty sure he enjoyed that very much, being able to see him live and in person. Yeah. So again, shout out to all these leagues that are popping up, that are trying to put on for the culture and give us quality entertainment. And I hope that we as a culture in 2024 that we don't buy into so much of the drama and the foolishness, but that we say we want it. We're about the bars. We're about these artists, that we support these artists and check out their events and buy the VODs and buy the merch and support the YouTube drops and all of that. Because yes, the big leagues are going to give us something at some point. I know. John had a blog about there's no money in battle rap. There may be some truth to that, but I do think the big leagues have enough financial backing where they can give us a little something, even if it's 2 or 3 events a year. It may not be what we're used to, but hopefully we can get 2 or 3 events a year from the majors that are staples within the culture. Like you get ready to say something.
There's plenty of money in battle rap. I don't just take battles for free. So and I battle a lot. So I just wanted to say that.
For sure. So again, man, y'all let us know what y'all think, man. That's about it on the battle rap side of things. Again, battles of the year,
4-point game going into the fourth quarter.
Fire. We're going to finish up just in time for me to go catch the end of this game.
Yeah.
I actually got a DVR, so I might go back and just watch it anyway.
It's been good too. It's been really good.
Shout out to South Carolina and LSU. You know what I'm saying? That's becoming one of the staple rivalries within women's college basketball. All right, so let's close out real quick, talk about sports. If you want to listen to the takes I've had on the divisional round and the conference championship, you can go to Brains and Bars on YouTube or on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Check out what I had to say, Spotify as well. So you didn't get a chance to really watch the games because you were playing host to all these battle rappers that were in town. Yes, sir.
This is my women's basketball parlay. All I need is South Carolina 7.5. It's probably not going to happen.
I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like that's going to happen.
King of missing parlays by 1. First ever women's college basketball parlay I ever did. South Carolina 7.5.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Maybe they can get up by like 4 and get fouled or something. You know, maybe they can get up by 4 and get fouled. You never know. But anyway, keep going. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So your reaction to, I guess, the storylines that have come out of the divisional round as we look forward to Championship Sunday.
So the storylines that have come out of the divisional round. This just in. Patrick Mahomes wins in the divisional round again because that's what Patrick Mahomes does. Why do we ever think that that he wasn't going to end up in the AFC Championship? Water is wet. Trey Smith is an amazing offensive lineman, and Patrick Mahomes takes you to the AFC Championship game. Obviously that game, Tyler Bass missing the field goal sucks. Understand why Peyton Manning called Mike Vanderjagt the idiot kicker. Sometimes, you do all you can, and then somebody just But no, there was so many opportunities. I thought Josh Allen. I don't want to say the word choke, but I thought Josh Allen underperformed down the stretch, and which was a big reason in why the Chiefs won. I thought he kind of went Mahomes on. He kind of went Patty. He kind of was just constantly looking for the deep ball and missed so many opportunities just to pick up first downs and get in a position to maybe even score a touchdown and kick like a 20, 30-yard field goal there at the end, And so it kind of bit him. The Lions, I'm not gonna lie to you, A1, I'm a little worried for your Niners. The Lions seem to just have some kind of edge to them, They just have that working man's mentality. St. Brown already said, like, find me somebody with 100 catches and 1,500 yards that didn't make the Pro Bowl. Like, he's already got the little chip on his shoulder for getting snubbed at the Pro Bowl. Jared Goff got snubbed from the Rams. There's just a lot of guys on that team that they're just, so if Deebo Samuel's not 80%, that's a tough game right there. I didn't get to see the Packers and Niners game. And I didn't, I did watch, what was the other game? The other game was, it was the Ravens.
Houston and Ravens.
Yeah. I watched the first half of that game. But I think that, I think we're down to 4 of the best. I would say that we are down to 4 of the best 6 teams in the NFL. I would say, like, if you were to list out going into the playoffs, like the top 6 teams in the NFL, I would say you're down to four of the probably best 6 or 7 teams. With the Chiefs going into the playoffs, probably being 6 or 7, with maybe the Lions, and then the Ravens and Niners being 1 and 2, because you probably would have put the Cowboys in there at the time. You might have put the Bills in there at the time. So I think it's going to be an exciting Sunday. Oh my gosh, what a move! An exciting Sunday, and I'm amped, bro. I feel like the Chiefs are going to win this game, and I feel like the Lions are going to win, and I feel like it's going to be the first game of the year, the last game of the year,
final game of the year.
Let
me a couple of things. I didn't say this on the show on Tuesday. I know Chris Jones is likely done in Kansas City after this season is done. He is over.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to get paid to go someplace else. I don't, obviously if statues are ever built in Kansas City outside of Arrowhead, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are 1 and 2 on that list. Andy Reid's probably 3rd on that list. To me, maybe you might say Lynn Dawson or Otis Taylor, Hank Stram. Maybe there are others from that old guard from the 60s and 70s of the Chiefs who won a championship who would get a statue before Chris Jones. I just don't know if they should. And here's why. There are enough. You pay Chris Jones $30 million a year for what he did on the throw where Josh Allen can't get it there because he walks the left tackle into his lap and bumps him as he's getting that pass off, right?
That play is just as important as a touchdown pass to take the lead.
It took points off the board, right? It took 6 off the board.
Yeah.
Right. And so the play he makes in the Super Bowl against the Niners to bat down the pass is where Kittle's wide open. He's wide. There's a yak opportunity there. He stops it. The sack on Burrow in the AFC Championship game, right? That sets up the final drive for them to kick the field. There are enough moments you can point to where Chris Jones makes a monster play that leads to a win, that ultimately leads to a championship, where it's just like, obviously he's going to go in the Ring of Honor once he's finally done playing. And again, if they ever build statues, Chris Jones at some point would deserve a statue.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to say, I'm embracing my full Nick Wright on this one with the Niners. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Like I am. There are reasons why you should think that the Lions are going to win. I think the Niners are going to win. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a close game.
Woo.
But I am
A1. I didn't think I'd ever see it.
Listen. The pessimist is always there. Like the coping mechanism in me is saying they're going to lose, so that if that happens, I feel a little bit better about it. But I think they're going to. You know what it is? It's everybody hating on Brock Purdy. That's really what it is.
Jared Goff. That's what it is. It's nobody still believes in Jared Goff. That's what it is.
No, Jared Goff is playing.
Lions are going to be the Lions, right? At some point in time, they're going to be like, "Oh, hey, we're the Lions."
I don't expect them to be the Lions, because I think at this point you have to throw that out the window. It's Dan Campbell has restored a different not restored, but he's brought a different feeling to this franchise. Yes, they're the underdog both in Vegas and in terms of the national narrative. But I think the Niners get it done. So that's I won't
be
go
mad
too
at
far.
Hendon Hooker getting the Super Bowl ring. After last year he should have got a national championship ring, but so I wouldn't be mad at Hendon Hooker getting him a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, I hope there's a South Carolina Tennessee outcome in that game, and the Niners are South Carolina.
That's Deebo Samuel, right? Didn't he go to South Carolina?
That is, yeah, he did go to South Carolina. So yeah. So that's our time, man. I appreciate you jumping on with us tonight and going over talking all things battle rap, a little bit of football. You let us know what y'all think. Who y'all got? South Carolina. Who y'all got? Tennessee. Dang it. I'm screwed up. Who y'all got? Niners or Lions? Chiefs, Ravens. I got the Ravens and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Ward has Lions.
Have the Ravens and the Chiefs.
I'm sorry, Ravens and Niners. My bad. Long day. Ravens, Niners. You got Lions, Chiefs. We'll see who's right about that. I would love it to be Niners, Chiefs, though. I'm always rooting for the Chiefs to do well.
I'm sure you would rather play the Chiefs than the Ravens. Didn't the Ravens beat y'all by 30 this year?
Here's the thing. They won by 14.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. That was a game at halftime. It was 16-12 at halftime. The Niners moved the ball really well. You had three, I think, interceptions that were tipped. Only one of them was really bad.
Yeah.
So again, I would like a second opportunity. Listen, no matter who the Niners play if they win, I would like a second opportunity at either one of those teams. Not to say that they would win. I just want a second opportunity to try to beat them. So, let us know who y'all got. Please remember, you can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to the podcast app of your choice, searching for It's a Black and White Thing or Brains and Bars. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok by searching Brains and Bars. Please rate, review, subscribe, hit notification bells, and share these broadcasts. We appreciate it. Until next time, it's been a black.
You gamble responsibly and don't do parlays ever again. Just know that. Just stop.
Listen, man.
Stop completely.
I live through y'all. I live through y'all when it comes to the gambling thing. Like it just
16 out of 17 yesterday. 16 out of 17. Not even a live bet. Not a single live bet. All before every game started. All right. Anyways, it's been a black and white
thing. Yeah, man. Well, I'll let y'all next week, man. Last thing on the way out the door. If you would have told me 10 years ago, because I think 2014 was the first time we went to Vegas. You would have told me 10 years ago, A1, sports gambling is going to be right across the state line. You literally work 500 feet from state line. You could go across the border and place a bet, and you're never going to do it. I would be like, you're lying. You're lying. But here we are. But anyway, good night, good people. Y'all be easy, and I'll holler at y'all.
Peace.